Hello, y'all. This is Sugar with Brown Sugar Talks. Coming to you today with again Leon Bridges in the background. We're just gonna call this Leon Week. Anyway, I just heard something where the guy was talking about letting go of your limitations, and he was saying like within a relationship, what if the person didn't break your heart but just didn't meet your expectations? Deep. You hear me? Deep. But it's like what if that's what it is? What if what happened was that you had expectations in this relationship and it just didn't follow through the way you did. And y'all, I got the perfect example of this relationship. So I meet this guy. I met him on a Wednesday, right? And he's like, you know what? Let me see you. Let me see your natural hair. Because at this point, I got silly cuts. You know what I'm saying? He's like, send me a picture. I sent him a picture and I meet him and all this different stuff. And we start chilling. We just start hanging out. Just like he can come over and he was like a human pillow. Like I felt like, man, we so close, But all we did was talk. We just spoke. I spoke. He didn't speak. So, for me speaking, basically, I was speaking to myself because this dude not saying nothing, y'all. He not saying nothing. I'm just like, so from this, I get like these thoughts like, oh my God, he's beautiful. He is the essence of what this is. And I mean, what happened was like, because we were first together, he was showing up on time. Showing up on time. So then, as time went on, I guess he felt like, well, you know what, I'm used to it, so now I can be like a few minutes late. And he would give the excuse as to, like, he had to work later, or he had to do this, or he had to do that. But see, my expectation was now for you to be on time. If you say you're going to be here, I want you here at that time. So, just not meet my expectation. So, I had already like made up this story, y'all. I'm talking when I talked about him, because I get to talk is sweet. It's like, man, I defined him as beautiful. I defined him as gorgeous. I defined him as knowledgeable of the earth. I defined him as all these things. Not stopping to think, this man is against Beyonce. What? This man thinks that women should shut up. What? This man, see, these are little things that are coming in between again, and I'm thinking, he's meeting my expectation. Because when I speak, he doesn't speak, right? Like, when I speak, not one word comes out of his mouth. And when his opinion does come out of his mouth, and I'm asking for clarification, he doesn't even want to give me the clarification. Okay? So, see, I'm going to take this back to where Mr. Derek Jackson just had this talk where he says, the way he speaks to you or whatever, well, is how he feels. The way he treats you is how he feels. Well, he came over here, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, can you rub my back? But he was rough. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't gentle like I was a gem or I was soft. I was like just something that was wonderfully needed. It was a situation where he just where he would just take his hand and just mush it into my back. So again, not delicately, So I'm still like, wait a minute, I'm still in my head thinking of all these words that I made up to make him who I needed him to be. But not one time did he meet that expectation. I mean, over and over again, I wanted him to be my expectation. And never did he meet it. So, here comes the point where I'm just like, now you got to interact with my child in some way. So now he starts to interact with my child. And his interaction with my child was just less than anything that I would want it to be. At that point, I just knew you are just not the person for me. But see, before I heard this quote, I defined him as horrible. I defined him as selfish. I defined him as unintelligible. Like all these different things. When it was me that had already given him these high standards that he probably would have never met in the first place if I would have just taken my time and not embellished who he was. So it was almost like I had to sit back and listen, and I wasn't listening. So I don't know, I guess in that instance I learned like a really, really good thing. It's like, don't do that. But at the same time, y'all, he was toxic. Like, he was a really toxic person, and it's almost like I should have let him out. I should have let him go before even that point, because it was like all the clues were there, but what was I looking for? So I think sometimes we all make those mistakes because we want to care and we want to be there for people and we want to give them that chance, and we always do. Anyway, that's a recent thing for me, because before it's just like I just dropped it. But anyway, letting toxic people go is just, I just read this too. It's not an act of cruelty. It's an act of self-care. And I just saw somebody else on Facebook who said that, like people who it's like people who need the most care at that time. Like, as far as like the people who push you away are the ones that need care, the most care. Even though they do, they push you away. So you thinking you want to be there for them or whatever, you trying to be there for them, but they actually pushing you away. They not pushing you away, they actually punching you away. And you still trying to stay around. You can't do that, because you're going to end up hurting yourself. Not that they hurt you. Yeah, they the one throwing the punches, but it's like you need to walk away. And you're going to end up hurting yourself, for them. And it's just not worth it. So make sure that in this life, that when you know and you see signs, what's that thing Maya Angelou say? When somebody shows you who they are, believe it. And don't think that they're just because they're wounded that you now have to take care of a bird, because sometimes when you bring those birds in the house, the mama don't take them back, so and that's just, and they left out there on their own to try to figure things out for themselves anyway. And I think that's the same thing with people who sometimes have a lot of wounds that they want to project onto other people. You have to actually let them go and let them know that they themselves have this time to get themselves together. And that's when you could be there for them. Okay? Anyway, so my question today is like, how do you let people go? Because me, I'm kind of like, now I'm nice about it. I used to not be so nice about it. So, just let me know that how you let toxic people out of your life, or if anybody toxic has entered your life and you just like, you got the signs too. It's like, I saw the sign. Anyway, so don't forget, we always take song requests and shout outs. Just put on our Facebook wall, RP Entertainment. That's the first word, and the second word is radio. Or you can tweet us at RPEntRequestline. Or if you want to hear your own voice on our radio station, call us on Ubu at RPEnt Radio. Every day at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Check out Stephanie Marie with Porch Talk, and Miss Sean at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time in her Real Talk sessions. You have Michelle at 4 p.m. You have me at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with Brown Sugar Talks. You have DJ Shablast on Wednesday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time with his DJ Mix. You have DJ Bob and D Friday nights with his Lit Mix from 10 to 11 Central Standard Time. Every Sunday is Slow Jams with my baby. Y'all can grab your woman from 10 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. in the morning and dance the night away. In the first 2 hours, you got Mr. All Mills, who's hosting everything. So, guys, make sure you answer the question. How do you let toxic people go? And is there somebody toxic in your life? And I don't know, just answer those questions. Is it even your responsibility to continue to have a relationship with a person that's toxic? So go ahead, leave the answers to questions on Facebook. Thank you so much. Under Brown Sugar Talks on my like page. Alright, thank you guys. Have a great day.